I think it's an absolute disgrace that the World Cup is in the position that it's in for lots of reasons. I think it was corrupt that Qatar were given the World Cup. I think we knew that at the time. They campaigned on having it in the summer. It was impossible to have a World Cup in the summer with the temperature. It gets moved to the situation where it is now in the middle of the season. Players all around Europe, the world, could get injured in the next couple of weeks. Varane was crying coming off the pitch at Stamford Bridge. That's how close we are to a World Cup. So an injury, a 10-day or a 2-week injury, is going to keep players out of a World Cup, which should not be happening. And it all starts with FIFA giving them that World Cup in the first place and then them moving it. And obviously the stuff that goes on in their country is a completely different issue as well. But I think it's absolutely disgusting.
I mean, what Jamie is saying is very important, because normally, you know, a 2 weeks injury should allow you normally at the end of the season, if you miss the last 2 weeks of the season, you have 20 days to prepare the World Cup. But this time, on the last game of the 13th, it is. I mean, in France, it's on the 13th. I don't know what it is in England, but then suddenly the World Cup starts. It doesn't give you any chance for you to recover if you get injured. So it's a bit.
There's no build-up.
There is no build-up.
That 2 or 3 weeks was almost getting everybody ready for the. It feels like everyone's concentrating on the Champions League or the league, and like, oh, the World Cup. And as soon as it's finished, we'll go back to, you know, playing league games and Champions League again.
You're right that it's a really interesting conversation. It is one we're going to have in more detail tomorrow as we look ahead to the World Cup.
More detail? I've got nothing else to say.
well, maybe it's a good job, because I don't know if you saw Mike. I would love it if we had cameras on Micah's face when you started off saying what you were saying, because you know the Homer Simpson gif when he goes back into the head? That's exactly what you look like when he disappears in the head.
Yeah, that's the meme.